Yo, what is up everybody? Jumpin' here, and today I am super excited because I'm going to be starting my Noob's Guide for Nioh 3. If you don't know what a Noob's Guide is, it is a 100% walkthrough designed for noobs. I'm going to be taking advantage of all of the overpowered things to make this game extremely easy. On my first playthrough, I used the axe, and I gotta tell you, I think that is one of the best newbie builds you can do. So I'm going to do it again for this walkthrough. And a lot of people ask me in my build guide, how early can you set up that build? Well, guess what? You can do it right from the start. So the goal of this episode is to get that build started so that I can be overpowered immediately. Now, one thing I will be doing is skipping the beginning tutorial just because it's a lot of story, it's really slow, and it's going to save me time. It will teach you the basic game mechanics, but there is a separate tutorial mission where I'm going to pick it up there and I'll explain everything that I want to explain. In your system, there are a couple things that you can change. Under basic game settings, you can turn on all of these displays, and this can be helpful because it will put numbers by your bars. You also have item auto pickup. This is an amazing quality of life thing. I highly recommend you turn that on. Under your controls, you can change them. The default controls in this game is type A, and you will attack with square and triangle on controller. If you like Dark Souls and FromSoft games, you can switch it over to type D, which will be more like those games. I use custom controls because this is my Nioh 2 layout that I always used, where I will guard with the square button, and I have the R1 and R2 for my light and heavy attack. Now the final thing I want to bring up, it is something that I do like using with my build. You can turn on style shift and burst break separation. What this does is that it forces you to have to hold down the button if you want to switch between ninja and samurai. I personally like this a lot because I will be staying in samurai most of the time. And whenever I go for a burst counter, I can stay in my samurai and then do my counter damage from the samurai. I'm not switching to the ninja. A burst counter is a parry that you can pull off, and then you can get some easy follow-up damage. If you are switching to your opposite build, that might not be very useful if that's not really your focus. And in my case, I want to stay in the samurai stance as much as possible. Alrighty guys, well, let's go ahead and get started, and hopefully by the end of this, I will be overpowered. Now one thing you're going to notice right away is that I have no audio for dialogue. I did that on purpose because this is not for the story. You can experience the story for yourselves. I do have subtitles on just so I can see when I can skip dialogue. But I will be skipping every single cutscene, all the dialogue. There will be no story in my walkthrough. Now when you pick up this helmet here, they force you to equip it. And oh boy is it ugly. But it's all good. Now we can actually use our very first shrine. In the first tutorial area, you will find shrines, but you can't use them. They will only heal you. Now when you go to this shrine, you should have enough XP to level up one time, and we're going to be focusing on stamina initially. Stamina will increase our life, it will increase our damage with the Odachi and with the axe once we get that, and then it's going to also increase your overall equipment weight, so you can carry more, and basically that's going to allow you to equip heavy armor. And I'm a big fan of heavy armor, it gives you the best defense. I'm also going to switch my Guardian Spirit over to the other one, because this other one I think is better for the beginning. You get martial arts key consumption, and what that means is that your martial arts are your skills that you're going to be using, so this is going to cost you overall less ki, and ki is your stamina bar in this game. Damage taken, we know what that means. Strong attack break, we're going to be using a lot of strong attacks initially, so that's going to be really good because that will allow us to break enemies, and that will affect their ki. And we can get some free grapples and down attacks if we can knock out their ki. If you go to preparations, you can grab your boons. You might have a whole bunch of stuff depending on which version of the game you got. This is all pre-order stuff I have. I'm not going to use any of it, but I wanted to show you how to access that. If you have anything, you could potentially use it. Now I will show you something very important because this does relate to stamina. But if I actually want to equip this helmet here, for example, I will become overweight. Because if you look, my equipment weight at the top is 64.3% and it's green. If I equip this, it's going to become 71.5% and it's yellow. Anything over 70% is bad. If you have the yellow, you are fat and it's going to dramatically affect your overall ki. So try to avoid that at all costs. If we come up here, we can grab this item. And we should be able to get a assassination with a heavy attack on this guy. And the game wants you to go for assassinations here. I normally never do, but we can get a couple just because why not? So just sneak up behind this guy and you can assassinate him with a heavy attack. You can crouch if you click in the left stick. And there is a guy there. I guess I'll go for the assassination. Why not? Take him out as well. And now we can actually start fighting. Now what I'm going to be doing in the beginning is I'm going to be really patient. I'm going to be trying to use distance because the Odachi has a lot of range. And I'm going to be spamming heavy attacks because you have this really nice poke attack and a nice follow-up as well. Sometimes you might trade like that. That can be very bad. If you ever knock an enemy out of their ki, you can get a grapple. But the main strategy here will be to do some pokes with the follow-up and try to ki pulse. The tutorial would have taught you about the ki pulsing, but ki pulsing is extremely important in this game, especially for the samurai stance. If you're in the ninja stance, you don't have that option to ki pulse, but in the samurai stance, you really want to do it every single time if you can. You want to practice it, get used to it. It's very easy to do, but it is something you have to get used to. Now right there, we just got an Odachi that's a yellow one, so I will equip that. And even if you did pick a different weapon, you will get an Odachi here, so you can put that on. And we can do some pokes. So I'm going for pokes. That white gauge that just appeared, that's called proficiency arts, and that will increase your damage. You can keep that going if you can do a whole bunch of combos. Now, that is easier said than done with most weapons. With the axe, it's extremely easy to do, and it's actually extremely overpowered as well. A log is going to be coming down at me here. You can actually just double jump over it, or you can just avoid it by dropping down. So I'm using my distance. I'm going for these heavy attacks. I'm trying to keep pulse. And as long as I back up or dodge backwards, I should be able to find an opportunity to poke and destroy these enemies. Let's pick this up. This is going to be the very first ranged weapon in the game. You can aim with L2, and if you click in the right stick, you can zoom in. If you go for a headshot, you can take guys out. Sometimes enemies may survive that, but it can be very rare. If the damage of your ranged weapon is really low, that is something that will cause that to happen. So this guy is running over. I'm going to drop off and plunge attack him. Ki pulse. He's got a spear, so I need to be a little bit careful about the range, but I took him out no problem. Now there's another guy right over there, which I can go for the headshot, and he did not die. You see what I'm talking about? If I rush him though, I should be able to do a heavy attack while he's on the ground, and that would be a ground attack. And it just does a lot of damage. So I'm picking up all this loot. There should be a chest in here. Let's open this up. And we can actually come over here. There's an item. And an item over there as well. So I will go grab all that. Oh wait, we have this enemy here. I will fight him real quick. You could go for assassinations here if you like. That's totally up to you. But I do recommend trying to get used to doing your attacks and your ki pulses. Let's pick that up. And now run over here. There is a larger enemy there. And over there is a smaller one. So if we shoot him in the face, we'll take him out. Now the larger one will get up and come after us. Let's use our range. Try not to trade with this guy because he's going to hit fairly hard. And I am trying to knock him out of ki if I can. And I'm just dodging out of his attacks. And there we go. Easy peasy. Let's pick this up. And there is a chest here. And there are also a couple more enemies. So I will find them and take them out. Here's one right here. And one more attack. He's got a spear. He was trying to grab me there. Normally, it's actually really easy to avoid the grabs. Either just dodge to the side or backwards, and they will generally miss all their grabs. I'm going to check the buildings. I don't think there's really anything left besides over to the other building. And there's one more enemy over here. Now, what's a really good idea is to try to get max healing items. You can carry 8 elixirs. To use a healing item, you have to hit up on your D-pad. And right now I only have 3 of them currently in my hotbar, but I want to have 8 before I fight the actual first boss. Because it's kind of good to have the 8 so you can just keep healing. There's also a rock on this well. Anytime you see a well, there should be a rock. You can hit it and you'll get an item. In this case, I got an elixir. That's what I want. Now, there will also be an enemy that we can farm to try to get elixirs from. I really recommend you farm this guy to get the elixirs. That way you can just keep healing against this boss. But also, you can practice your burst break, which is that parry I was talking about before. This is important for this first boss because if you want to beat this guy with really no issue, you gotta be able to burst break him. If you're not able to do that, it's going to be pretty tough, let me tell you. Now, this is a yokai enemy. It's a demon. And your best option against this guy is to wait for that, to do your burst break. You just have to time it right. And if you can actually hit his horn, you'll stun him. When he has the red stamina, if we attack him, it's going to continue to stun him. And he does do a lot of attacks where he'll just hit the ground and give us an opportunity to counter him. So that's normally what you want to do. But he almost always drops an elixir. I shouldn't say that because he probably won't now that I said it. But he does drop elixirs frequently. Let's pick this up. Rest at this shrine. Every time you rest here, he will respawn. Now, besides getting the elixirs, it's a good idea to farm this guy just to be able to practice the burst break. Now, when we fight the boss, though, he will actually have an attack that once you know what the attack is, every single time he does it, you can get ready to do the burst break because he will always do an attack and then he'll burst break. Once you know that, you're always ready for it and you can actually do the burst break, you can beat this first boss really, really easily. Let's knock him out of his key and now we can just keep attacking and take him out. He dropped another elixir, so I can rest at the shrine and repeat this. And also level up, of course. Now, the attack that this boss is going to do is a 360 spin. I will point it out when I fight him, but whenever you see that spin, get ready to do the burst counter. Here we go, let's do that against him. Outside of that, when we fight this boss, it's a good idea to try to keep your range, only go for pokes when you feel like it's safe, and also just back up. Because he's got a lot of range, this boss. He really does. So you got to be careful. He actually uses an Odachi. And right now I have 7 elixirs. Hopefully this will be my last time I need to kill this guy. I also should consider looking at all my armor, because I am getting some drops here. And maybe equipping things with a little bit higher defense on it. I'm not using any of those pre-order armors. If you have anything like that, definitely consider using it. But those are actually pretty decent for the very beginning of the game. Just remember, pay attention to your weight. Make sure you're not in that yellow weight. You will struggle. I've met a lot of people on Nioh 2, and they were struggling. And what I quickly realized was that they actually were overweight, and they just didn't know any better. Now, let me go ahead and take a look. I will equip that. I will equip that. Now, there is something you should know about this. There are different types of armor. You have light armor, you have medium armor, and heavy armor. So the way you can tell is that you can see the picture of where the armor is. Underneath that is a white armor chest piece. Next to that are 3 weights. So this one has 1 weight, meaning it's light armor. This one has 2, it's medium armor. I really do not recommend using light armor because you will just die very quickly. Sometimes the defense can be pretty dramatically different if it's just way higher level. And that would be a time where you can consider using medium armor or light armor. Alright, I think I'm good. I have my 8 elixirs. I need to level up. Then we can go ahead and fight this guy. Remember, I'm going to point it out when he will do the attack, what you want to pay attention to, because that is how you're going to burst counter him every time. The main thing is, try to keep your distance, and try to only go for counter attacks when you feel like it's safe. I will point all this out as I fight him. Let's do this. Now he might just run at you right away, so get ready to dodge. And I'm just gonna see what he's gonna do, but he's going for some attacks. When he's done, I can try to get a little poke in, but I'm not gonna go crazy. You see this spin? Every time he does that spin, get ready to do your burst counter. And if you can do it, you get free damage, and you can actually knock him out of ki. When his ki gets low, it's pretty low right now, we can actually do some attacks to knock him out of the ki so we can get a grapple. When he gets up, go for 1 attack and then back up. Don't go for 2. If you do, he will absolutely start attacking you and trade with you. That's his grab. It's a good opportunity to go for some attacks. And that as well, when he slams, you can go for an attack. Just watch him. He's just spinning to win himself. Here we go. That is the burst one. We counter that. Now we do our counters. And he's going for an attack. So I'm going to try to hit him so I can keep the pressure on him and knock him out of ki. Okay. His ki is coming back, but it's all good. I'm going to go for some attacks. Oh, watch out. More attacks. And grapple. Now when he gets really low, he's going to start doing some new burst attacks. So be ready for that because it's going to mix it up a bit. Also, your Guardian Spirit is going to allow you to pop your Living Weapon. Living Weapon is your ultimate. And when you get that, you probably will be able to just finish him off. You do have to wait for the Cat Spirit to get done talking, which can be a little bit frustrating. He's very low on ki, so I'm going for the attacks there. He's getting up, 1 attack. He's going for a grapple. I'm going to go for another attack. And now I'm trying to dodge away because I'm too close. My cat is talking to me, so I should be able to pop my Living Weapon here. I'm going to save it until I need it. It tells you on the screen exactly how you pop it. And I'm going to pop it when I feel like I'm going to take some damage. If you're in your Living Weapon, you can't take any damage. Here we go. And I'm going to do some heavies right away when I get out of this. I might just trade with him. And I'm missing my attacks. That's amazing. Here we go. Watch out for that. Burst. Free damage. And I'm going to keep the pressure on him because I'm going to knock him out of ki. And we going to finish him off. Well, that was actually really easy. But I do know from experience, this guy can be definitely tricky if you are new to the game. Try to be patient. Try to knock him out of ki. Try to counterattack him when you can. But the main thing is, try to do the burst counter. If you can do that, you will absolutely destroy him. Once you get your Living Weapon, you should be able to just trade with him, and you might just flat out kill him. Now, we're going to move on to the open world, and once we get there, I'm going to skip most things and try to become overpowered right away. Alrighty, guys. Because we beat that boss, we have now unlocked the axe and the tonfa, but they will give you an axe in our inventory that's blue. It's only level 2, but I will take it for sure. And I don't know if I have to talk to this guy or not, but I know I can't move right now. There is an item over here to the left, which I'm going to grab just because I'm probably not going to come back here. Now, as I'm in this open world, I'm not really going to be trying to grab everything because I have a mission to go and become overpowered. And to do that, we actually have to go to where the main objective is on the compass, which is the gold circle. So that's where I'm heading. I know a lot of people talk crap about the graphics of Nioh, but I think it actually looks beautiful. It's super, super cool. Alright, I'm gonna head on over here. There's an item as well. I will grab this one. And there is a shrine that we will get to. We're about to get our very first samurai point. Now when we get that, I'm gonna unlock high stance. And at first, I will be using high stance. I think it's better just because the strong attack is actually really good on the high stance axe. It always has been. I have an entire build on Nioh 2, which is overpowered with one button. And what did I do? High stance heavy attacks. So this is just explaining all this. Let's go ahead and pick the samurai skill tree. And we can pick high stance. Now that we have that, we can switch our stance in our samurai. If you just hold down your key pulse button, you can then switch over to high or mid stance. And you can also unlock low stance, which we kind of have to unlock everything because of skills. For example, one reason you want to get high stance right away on the axe is because the next time we get a samurai skill point, we're going to get one of the best moves for the axe, and that's Victory Rush. But to get this, you have to have high stance unlocked, and this is amazing. You do have to do your key pulses, and the only difference is that you have to hold forward on the left stick whenever you key pulse. But you will do this attack, and man, that attack is so good. It does so many great things for the axe. And also the axe has a light attack, heavy attack. It's called Heaven and Earth. That is actually really good. It's always been a great move for the axe. It used to be you could only do that move in high stance. Now you can do it in any stance. So that's really awesome as well. I'm going to come over here and get this item. So the main combo right now, in the very beginning, will be to try to go for Heaven and Earth. And then we can key pulse, go into our strong attack, and repeat that for now. If you ever get the proficiency though, if you hold down your heavy attack, you can do Mad Spinner. And it's not going to really cost you any ki when you have your proficiency going. So that is also really nice. Now what we need to do here is we need to go to the left. So the shrine was up there and we are going down the left path. And as we come over here, we're going to find the very first kitty cat. So let's go ahead and pet the cat. And now we need to follow it. It's going to lead us around. And my kitty cat is talking to me, my spirit one. And yeah. Of course the cat is going to lead me to an ambush, but it's all good. And there are several items that we can get, which I will get all this. So once you go through this cave, there's going to be an enemy, so just get ready to like dodge out the way. And let's go ahead and take him out. Heaven and Earth. And as you can see, I just instantly knocked out the key of that enemy. And I can do a final blow. That is what the ground attack is called when you do your heavy on a knocked out enemy on the ground. It's called a final blow, which is a little confusing because as you're looking through all the menus, you might see final blow. You don't really know what that means. That's what it means. It's one of those ground attacks. The grapple, obviously, is when you grapple them while they're still standing. So we just got a ninja lock, aka a ninja skill point. And now we have to fight these flying things. And one thing about these guys is that they actually are very annoying. But if you're in high stance, you should be able to hit them no problem. As long as you can hit them, you're going to destroy them. I believe there's a turtle, yes. Now these guys run from you, so try to get a hit on them right away. Heaven and Earth is really good, and they dodge a lot. Very annoying. Let's chase them down, do a heavy attack. And they also will attack, but normally the attack is going to be to just stun you or knock you out of key. And they also run to where the enemies are, which can be devastating at times. Please don't run to the enemies. Please, dude, please. I really don't want to deal with this. Alright, awesome. And they drop a lot of loot. They are the loot goblins of this game. Oh, watch out. that was a Gaki. Go ahead and do that, and I didn't do my final blow. Instead, I just did a heavy attack. It's all good, though. Do a heavy attack and hit that guy. Now, over here, there's going to be 3 of these Gakis, and one of them is a big one. Try to be a little bit smart about this, maybe one at a time. The little ones are always very weak. One hit, you almost always hit them in the head, and that is something about yokais. The yokais generally will have a weak point. If you hit that weak point, that's going to knock out a lot of their ki and stun them. It's like breaking the horn off that first guy. That's really what it was. If you ever broke off his horn, you were stunning him. The Gakis, they have some type of weak point on their head. Go ahead and do my heavy attack. And we can pick up all these items over here. Oh, I fell. Pick that up. Yeah, that's very goofy. That is bouncing around. And right there, we just got our very first masterworked gear. That's what I would call it, but it is a piece of gear that will come with a special effect, which is a star effect. And so far, I haven't really ever seen anything that was too crazy, but in Nioh 1 and 2, those star effects are super, super good. Now, let's go ahead and move up here, and we will pick this up. And watch out, to the left, there's going to be an enemy. Let's take him out real quick and get the item. And we are making our way this path because it's going to eventually lead us to a shrine. And that's what we're looking for. So we come on over here. I think we need to go to the left again. And we will see some enemies down here. And some grass. So let's hop on down. You actually do not really need to fight these guys. You also could assassinate them if you want. It is kind of a good opportunity. Do my heavy attack. Now, one thing about the proficiency art, I need to heal. Leave me alone, man. The white gauge, the proficiency arts. I've already said, if you can do combos, you can keep it going. Now, in the case of the axe right now, if we start with, let's say, Heaven and Earth, and then we do a heavy attack, well, we can keep it going. Or you could do Heaven and Earth, and then go into Mad Spinner, which I really need to be using Mad Spinner more often. I'm just not doing it. What's great about it is when you do have that proficiency, I can do it and stun the crap out of these guys. You do get hyper armor as well, which means you can't be stunned while doing Mad Spinner, so that's kind of good. And there we go. Took them both out. And I'm just kind of roaming around. I'm actually going to walk over here just to discover this. I can't do anything with it right now. And on my map I can see there's like a fiery demon icon. That means there's a very strong enemy up there. But we cannot get to him because we can't do that right now. So here's the shrine. Let's go ahead and rest at it. And I am going to level up my stamina a whole bunch of times. And I will pull up my map. Now, this is just explaining things. We need to go over here, so I will put a pin down. But I wouldn't mind getting this guy over here, to be honest. I think I will. Because when you take these guys out, you generally get a samurai point, which I want a samurai point right now. So this is a little risky. There's multiple enemies. There's one who's going to be throwing stuff at us. Let me shoot him. And that actually killed him. Nice. What about the little ones over here? Shoot that one. Haha. And shoot this one. Got them all. Now just got to deal with the big guy. Do my Heaven and Earth. Let's do that. Oh, no, no, no. I don't even want to try. And here we go. He's going for a grab. You can do the same thing you were doing with the Odachi and play it very smart, find your distance, and then just use your heavy attack. The heavy attack on this high stance axe is pretty crazy. Pick up all the items. Let's get this as well. And we want to go get that little flying guy. So I wouldn't recommend going into this village. It can be death. So let's hop up here, then hop up here. And I will grab this item. And we will come on over here. If we stand like right here, we should be able to shoot this thing. It will stop moving. You can also zoom in. Shoot it, and it's going to come right down to you. And you can pet it. And it will give us some loot. Thank you for the tutorial. We got a samurai point. And also, this is how you can unlock some skills. A lot of the elemental skills, in fact, pretty much all of them, will come from those flying guys. Let me show you on the map once again. The starting shrine is here. This is where I'm at with this shrine. And like I said, we're making our way over here. So, we got that samurai point. I'm going to use it now. And I'm going to use it on Victory Rush. Now, this is a big game changer with the proficiency art. Because the real way that it works, if you want to keep that combo going, you have to alternate skills. As long as you are alternating skills, it's going to count as you are doing different skills. So what you can do is you can do any skill and then do Victory Rush. Thank you, Baldur's Gate. I definitely needed that download/upload. Cool. So there's some enemies over here. I'm going to shoot this guy with the bow, just because I want him to be gone. This guy's got a spear and he's scary. He's in low stance as well. That's super scary. You know, one thing you do against humans, if you actually do back up from them, they do run at you, which a lot of times can take up a lot of their ki. Ow. I'm actually kind of terrified of the guy with the spear. I ain't gonna lie. I hate low stance spear. Oh, give me... Oh! Oh, man, I'm getting wrecked. Now, you know what I could do? If you ever really get in danger, you can pop your living weapon. Don't be afraid to do that. I think a lot of people are. You will get your living weapon back fairly quickly. So don't think that, oh, if I use it now, I'm never going to be able to use it again. If you're about to die, pop your living weapon. It will save you multiple times. But it's all good. I was just being patient there. And I did use Victory Rush a couple times, so you kind of got to see it. But Victory Rush is amazing. So this is a side quest. I'm not going to pick it up right now because I'm not going to do it. And I will come on over to the shrine. And I will rest at it. There's a cat here, so I will interact with this cat. And we will follow it. Where are you going, kitty cat? Oh, you're going up here. And now you're down here. It's gonna actually take us to a whole nother area. One thing these cats do is that they will show you some secrets sometimes. Or at least they will lead you to interesting places. And this cat is doing that right now. It's gonna jump on this roof, but there's actually a statue over there that is a collectible. Alrighty. Baldur's Gate is updated. Awesome. Now, there's 3 enemies. There's 2 little gakis and that bigger guy. So let's try to be smart about this. I'm going to sneak up behind this guy. And Heaven and Earth, Victory Rush. And I just did a strong attack. Nice. Hit him with that. Victory Rush. Victory Rush is so good. It's just so good. As an axe fan in all the games, even when it was probably the least popular weapon, I'm so happy they gave the axe some love. In the demo when I played it, and I got Victory Rush and I started using it, I immediately knew, okay, that was a game changer for the axe. Now we still want to keep going that path that we were going. I might jump back up here though. Let's jump on up. Got some enemies over there. Hello. What are you guys doing? I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Okay. Now I can hop on up here. I'm in an enemy's base. I really don't want to be here. But I did get a chest. So I'm gonna leave because I just do not want to do that right now. In fact, I believe this entire path that I'm going is a bad idea. Here we go. I need to go back where the cat was taking me. So we're just hopping up. You can also just fast travel back to the shrine if you want. Totally fine. And in fact, I might do that just because... Oh no. This is it, right? This is it. Okay. So, this is where we want to go. because this is going to take us to the main objective. We do have an enemy over there. Pick that up. Let's come in here just to look around. There's nothing. And let's take this guy out. I think that's a bigger guy. It is. And he's got a spear, man. I hate these guys with the spears. There we go. Should be no problem. And we are good. Check in here. Nothing. There's going to be an enemy over here. He's got a spear too. Everybody's got a spear. Stop that. There we go. And there is a little green guy in there. In fact, I think that's the first one I've found so far. Oh, hello. Guy's trying to shoot me. What you doing? My turn. Oh, I missed. Oh, I kind of missed again. If you do not headshot them, you do like no damage. Anyway, just hop on up here and you can melee this guy. Or he's gonna fall down and I have to come after him. There we go. Check this room. And yeah, there's a couple guys. Just go ahead and be smart and take that guy out with the bow. There's another one over there. And I hear one of the flying guys. I missed. Shoot that dude. There's one up there as well with a bow. So take him out. And now we got to deal with this guy. Now he's got an axe. Oh, he's got hyper armor too. Ow. Now heaven and earth can be very good against humans. It just destroys their ki. But that was actually pretty easy. Also, victory rush is super good against humans. You close that gap, you do extra damage. It's just nice. Extra ki damage too to knock them out of their ki. Now we can actually come up here. And there is a chest up here. So let's grab that. I believe this is actually the first skill. It is the very first skill I'm unlocking. So skills are things you can equip. In fact, if I use the shrine, it's going to explain it. And this first one is okay, I guess, for the beginning of the game. If you die, you don't lose all of your XP. That's pretty cool. But there are some decent skills. To be honest, a lot of them can be minor. So this one's not moving. That's good. Shoot him. This should be another samurai skill point though, so I'm happy about that. And I'm trying to think, what do I want to get? I have a pretty good idea. So there's really two options. Okay, get this out of here. Either I can go for Titanic Strength. This is after a heavy attack, you do a light attack. Or I can go for this Boar's Bane. Both of them are actually really good. I think I'm gonna go for Boar's Bane for now. I was using Titanic Strength earlier, but I just want to kind of goof around with Boar's Bane for a while. But we basically now have a kind of cool combo with the axe that we can do. So I'll show you what my plan is. So here's what you can do. You do Heaven and Earth, you Ki Pulse with Victory Rush, you do that, and then you follow it up with that light attack. I mean, that's kind of nasty. So let's go in here. This is our first Crucible area that we are doing. So Heaven and Earth, Victory Rush. I'm going to do that. Do my Boar's Bane. Which, what's kind of cool about that is that it has some range to it. I believe you dig into the ground and toss out a boulder. So we got a couple enemies here. Hit him in the face. You see how I broke him? Because I hit him in the face. And I got this. So it's time to spin to win. There we go. Now a bigger guy's going to come out. Heal up. Let's go with Heaven and Earth. We stunned him. Here we go. Full combo. Light attack at the end. And completely wreck him. See how crazy this is because of Victory Rush? I still have the proficiency going. And I could have just kept it going there as well. Because as long as you do a Victory Rush, you can keep any axe combo going. But we just unlocked something really cool. So now we can do a Guardian Spirit attack. And the way that you do this is that if you block, you can do a light attack. And if you do that, you'll have an elemental guardian spirit attack. Now that's a ranged enemy, so try to shoot him in the face. You will have to hit him twice. Oh, maybe 3 times. But if not, he might be annoying and he'll be trying to throw stuff at me. Now with this guy, I'm going to shoot him as well. And I broke him, wow. But I want him to come over here away from the other big enemy. We've already fought this guy a couple times. Once he slams the ground, we can get a hit in. Maybe he'll go for a burst attack. There we go, yeah, I called it. And now I'm going to do Heaven and Earth, Victory Rush, Heavy Attack, and then the Light Attack. Axe is just awesome in this game. Let's pick this up. And yeah, this is not fun. These guys can be annoying. You can't just run past them and go to the bridge. That's totally fine and understandable. Oh, hello. I'm going to actually do my Guardian Spirit attack here. There we go. Guardian Spirit attack. And I'm just trying to back up. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Ow, ow. Ow, ow. Okay, heal. Back it up. You know what? Like I said, if you ever feel in danger, just pop your thing. And I'm just spinning the win and I don't care. There we go. Victory Rush. Heavy attacks. And he's a goner. You can actually cancel this too by putting your weapon away. And the way you do that, you have to hold down your key pulse button. And then you hit circle. And you will put your living weapon away. And you will save some of the charge if you do that. So I will climb up here. Oh, hello. But we're up here just to collect the loot. Take that guy out. I believe there's a little green guy up. Oh, no. I have poop on me. So when I try to heal, it makes me sick. That's our very first little green guy. It's actually the Kadamas, but I always call them, since Nioh 1, I've always said, little green guy. That's their name to me, and that's the way it's gonna be. I didn't have enough key to keep attacking there. Let's do the heavy. There we go. And if I come on over here, there's a little Gaki. Take him out. Victory Rush. Final blow. Now I can hop on down. Man, yeah, we can jump in here. I believe there's an enemy in here. Yes. Hello. No, no, no. Leave me alone. Alright, you missed. My turn. This is gonna hurt, buddy. Nice. I'm just doing that combo right now until I get my overpowered skill that will completely be a game changer. This is a really, really good combo you can do, what I'm showing you. And that other skill, Titanic Strength. But that skill is also very good. So it's up to you on which one you want. There's actually a chest down there, and we can get an assassination. So let's do that. And now I'll do my attacks. By the way, my axe is only level 2. That's kind of a crazy thing too, right here. And where we're going is definitely higher level than we are. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I gotta cut through. There's an enemy above me. I see you. Get out of here. But where we're going is the first crucible of the game. And this is actually meant to be a little bit later because, you know, you start the game, they want you to explore, kill a bunch of enemies, level up, and eventually make your way over here. If you rush this area, you will technically be under level, but we don't actually have to finish it. All we have to do is farm it. And if we farm it, it's going to be very beneficial for us. Alright, so there's going to be a cutscene up here. Now, we're actually going to come across our very first Sudamo over here. And these guys have a really good spell. And you can equip one spell at this point of the game. And let's go and talk to him. And what you have to do is exchange with him. And as long as you exchange one time, he's going to drop his soul core. And we can pick that up. I will talk to the lady real quick. Okay. Now I'll use the shrine. And we will have these 2 soul cores here, and it's going to make me equip something. So we will equip the Sudama soul core, and this is going to give us the Thunderstorm Shot Talisman. That is a very good lightning spell to start the game. And I will equip this in the top slot. Don't really worry about the top slot right here. But this is how magic works in this game, is that you can see down here, when you hit these different tiers of magic, you can equip more spells. Eventually we will want 7 magic and then 10 magic so we can have 3 spells. But right now we have a free one, which we have on. The top slot is slightly different, but one of the big things with that top slot is that you can get some stats off of it. So if I had the proper magic, I would get 15 toughness, and I would also get Spirit Force bonus if I had those stats. Technically, I could level up magic one time, just so that I can actually benefit from that 15 toughness. I'll take it, why not? Toughness in this game is like poise from Dark Souls. It just allows you to not get stunned as easily. It doesn't really matter all that much if you have hyper armor on your attacks, and it just so happens that the axe actually has a lot of hyper armor. For example, Victory Rush has hyper armor on it. You just cannot be stunned at all. So you don't really have to care about toughness all that much, but it still is nice. And heavy armor is going to have a lot of toughness. Light armor will have like no toughness. So we are entering the Crucible. And what we're looking for here is we want to find any type of hammer or axe to drop. And hope it's going to be a Crucible weapon. And we also have to hope that it's going to drop the skill we want. So there's definitely some RNG here. You might find it right away. It might take me forever. I might find it right away. Who knows? We will see. But right there, we just got a headpiece. So while you're in here, it's a good idea to kind of pay attention to what you're getting as drops so you can check it. We got a little enemy here. There's also a whole new gimmick in the Crucible where when you take damage, you're going to have some of your health disappear. And the way that you can restore that health is you have to do attacks, which can be a problem sometimes if you just can't hit the enemy. There's a flying guy in here. He's super frustrating just because it can be really hard to hit him at times. And then if he hits you, you get this health penalty. It's called corrosion. It's a nightmare. But let's come on over here. And we can actually jump up here. And there's an item. So let's grab the item. Come down here. There's an enemy, but a chest as well. So let's do the little combo. Heaven and Earth, Victory Rush, Heavy Attack. Now I will open this up. Grab the goodies. Hey, a Samurai skill point. I will take it. Now, let me think. I know what I want. So what I'm going to get is in the Samurai skill tree. And I'm going to get Deflect. So what this is that if you block at the perfect time, you're going to not use up any of your ki to block. And it's just really nice. I do that a lot. I would recommend that. Sometimes when you know you're going to get hit, and there's really no way you're going to dodge it, just try to block, and you might be successful. And if you get that deflect, it can be super nice. So since we got some magic now, anytime there's a big enemy, especially like this, we can start with the magic. And that's going to do a little damage, but the main thing is I want that lightning. It will slow down the enemy. If he has that on him, he is slowed. Here we go. I didn't do Victory Rush. What? It's all good though. He did. No loot that I want. Pick that up. I will come on over here. And there's two paths to go. I'm going to go to the right first. Little Gaki here. Take him out. Well, stomp on him. Another one who was hiding around the corner. This should kill him. It did. And let me just keep coming over here. There's an item, but there's also like a shortcut. I don't really know if I count this as a shortcut, to be honest, but whatever. Open that up. I'm not going to go that way, though. We're going to go back. This is kind of scary over here. It's going to be a giant skeleton, which these guys, I normally never have a problem with them. In Nioh 3, though, they feel like they've updated them a little bit to make them stronger. I didn't put the lightning on them. Amazing. I say that and I wreck them. Watch. Oh, no, see, that's new. That's totally new. It always throws me off. When they get up now, they grab you. And that is insane. A lot of spins to win. I can spin to win, not you. Speaking of which, oh, fell for it again. Every time. Watch out for that, guys. Just get the hit and run. Alright, he's gone. Oh yeah, I forgot about something. I need a shrine. Because that little statue that we found earlier, remember the cat took us there? We can actually put some points in and get a blessing effect. And we can get more elixirs to drop while we're in here. That's a really good idea. You're going to want that big time. You will take a lot of damage and potentially use up a lot of elixirs. I'm just looking around. So right here, they do give you something, right? They give you some fire arrows, so we can take advantage of that. As you're aiming, if I hit triangle, I equip the fire arrows and I can shoot that and completely destroy those guys. Okay. So this guy's gonna throw a fireball at his buddy. I don't know why, but I'll take it, thank you. One thing about high stance as well that I haven't really mentioned is that high stance is actually really good at hitting the yokai's weak points, especially the ones on their head. Obviously, if you don't know, high stance will attack high, mid stance will attack mid, and guess where low stance attacks? So yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Low stance, for example, can be fairly good versus some of these really short enemies because they can be hard to hit because they're too damn short. So I got all the items there. Now we're coming over here. I guess I'll pick this up. Why not? And I'm just looking around for a second. Now I'll come in here. There is a guy over here just chilling. There's actually a couple of these guys. Watch out, they can grab you. Like that. He tried, but he got wrecked. Oh, I'm getting grabbed. No, I'm not. Oh, he's trying so much. If they miss, though, you can always get a final blow on them. I will come on out here. So, we can get some items here, and I will actually do that. Wait a minute. Maybe not here. Watch out. There's a guy with a bow. I want to use normal arrows. Oh, I'm getting hit. Oh, man, that hurts so much, too. Don't shoot again, bro. Alright, nice. Let me heal up. Jump on over. There's a guy with a spear down there. He looks like a small enemy, but don't underestimate him. Spears are deadly when the enemies have them. They just are. Alright, Heaven and Earth. Victory Rush. Heavy attack. And I'm gonna final blow. Nice. I guess technically you could have shot that little vent and blown him up. Let's grab this. Now, one thing we want to do here is we want to farm these floating fire heads because we want them to drop their soul core so we can get their spell. If we get their spell, we can actually get a weapon buff, a fire weapon buff. And at that point, we will have fire for our weapon and lightning for a spell. If we combine the two together, we can put on a devastating status effect to enemies, especially bosses, which will make them die so fast. So that is a goal that we definitely want to happen. Hopefully I can get lucky and get it right away. If not, I will definitely show you how to farm this. Regardless, I guess I should show you how to farm this. But you just have to keep running back and forth once you get the shrine up here. Watch out, I'm just going to block that. These guys actually can be frustrating. If they get close to you, especially if you're in high stance, they just will not let you attack. grab this item, and we need to come on over here. So we already been down here. That was where that skeleton was, but there is a ladder there, and there's gonna be some enemies here. I'm gonna spin to win. There we go. Spin to win. Get in the fire. I don't want to get in the fire though. No, no, no. All right. Let me definitely not get in the fire. Just be careful around that lava. It will destroy you. Pick up the item. Now, if you want to get across, you can quickly sprint across the fire. You should survive, or you could just be smart and come up this way. Grab the item. And let's head on over here for a second. If we go down that path, we will get a shrine, but I'm just checking this out. Wait. No, these are where the heads were. I know I'm missing something somewhere, because I know all those roofs over there you can get on top of, but I will figure that out. Now, this enemy over here, he actually can be fairly devastating. We may have to farm him 100 times, though, because that's just something that we'll do if we're trying to get that head. Okay. Give me the items. Thank you. Now, it's probably a good idea to check all my loot. Let's see. Did I get anything that's crucible? I got nothing that's crucible. They will have a special symbol if it's crucible or not. Hey. I'm going to try to hit him with this. Nice. I'll go for a little spin to win on him first. Oh, watch out. Yeah, he hits really hard. He just does. Heaven and earth. And I'm out of my key. He's got no key, so if I hit him, he's going to be stunned. Okay, he just got some. Cool. No, out. Aha, deflect. See, deflect is really good. It just is. Okay, I'm going to block that. No, no, no. Ow. Let me heal. Get out of here with that. And we got him. I'll pick up all this stuff. Now, by the way, you could just run right past him and hit the shrine. It's probably a good idea to make sure you get this shrine. But now I'm going to rest at it. And I will level up as well. So, I'm going to put 1 point into magic just so I can have the 2 slots now. Because I'm going to try to get that head. And then once I get it, I want to equip it. And we're going to go into this building over here. There's going to be some paths we can take. So let's take this guy out. Grab the item. This door is locked here. Watch out. Yep. I said it and I didn't watch out. But he's hiding around the corner there. Take him out. And there's another enemy right here. Victory rush. Heavy attack. And there's a big enemy out there. If we had that fire talisman right now, that would be very good. In fact, maybe I'll show you a little bit about farming that. Because I wouldn't mind getting that before I go that way. So here's what you can do. Oh, what? Leave me alone, dude. That was crazy. If I would have died, I would have freaked out. Alright, rest. And then he'll de-aggro. And here's what you can do to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Wait, I just thought of something. You should have done this right away, and I should have brought this up right away, but let's go into the blessing. And you have 2 different ones here. You have the little green guy's blessing, which I'm just going to grab for now. Elixir drop rate, 4%, I will take that. And then for this blessing, we can pick up drop rate for elixirs in the crucible. That's 12.5%. That's going to help a lot. So we should be getting a decent amount of elixirs now as we farm this. And hopefully we can actually stockpile a couple. And they will go to your storehouse, so you'll have extras. Let's hit him with that. Heaven and earth. Into victory rush. Nice. Let's do the heavy attack. And, ooh, nice, a level 9 hammer. Nope, it's not a crucible weapon, but it still is a big upgrade. But as we farm the heads, I would recommend killing that Impa every single time, because he might drop you a crucible weapon, the one we want. That would be perfect. Alright, take this guy out. Ooh, those were hatchets. You can tell when you get a crucible weapon, it's going to be glowing all red and stuff. So if we come back up this way, we have the heads. And if they do get annoying on... Oh, see how I'm close and he hits me? Ugh. Oh, I didn't kill him in one hit either. I'm going to show you something. If they're ever annoying you, you can hit them with this. Get out of here. Now you gotta go. Also, you could go into mid stance just because it's faster and do light attacks against those guys. But if we run over here, there's that archer. Let's assassinate him, I guess. Nice. And let's go hit this dude. Come on. Oh, I didn't kill him. What? Come on, bro. Ow, archer. Alright, we did not get the soul core, so we're just going to repeat this several times until we can get the soul core. And also, like I was saying, I'm going to kill this impa every time because hopefully I can get a decent drop. So let me run back to the shrine and I will reset it and we will try again. If this takes too long, I may cut the video ahead, but we will see, because I do not want to waste a lot of time, but I do want you to know how you can farm this crucible. I do think this is a good farming path until you get the head. Once you get the head, you can move on. Hit him with that. Now I'm going to go for heaven and earth first. Victory rush. Oh no, ow. See, it's not as good this time because I don't have an opportunity. Once he's out of his stamina, though, you can really go to town, so go to town. And we're going to do our full combo, and he dies. Did he drop anything good there? I do not know. I'll check it later, though. Run on over here. Take this guy out. Ow. That was a very quick attack, and wow. Haha. That's what you get, buddy. Let's come on up top and rush these guys again. Nice. Yes! Alright, so that's done. And we can move on now. Let me equip that right away. So like I was saying, one thing you can do, especially against any boss or any really strong enemy, if you're scared of the enemy especially, you can try to inflict confusion on that enemy. And the way it works is that you have to put two different elements on the same enemy. So if I have the Fire Talisman as a weapon buff and the Lightning Storm as a range spell, I can fairly easily put on a confusion effect. And that's going to debuff the enemy. It's going to make the enemy take a lot more damage, but the main thing is that it makes the enemy take a lot more key damage. And as you can see, if you ever knock an enemy out of key, you can actually stun them and destroy them. So that's something that we want to do. Hey, that's a crucible weapon. I'll take it. And I'll take this guy out as well. There we go. Smack him. And I'm going to buff before I fight this guy down here. And hopefully I can put the confusion effect on him right away. Let's see. So I'm going to smack him with the lightning. He's got the lightning. Going to heaven and earth. And, ow, he's doing his lightning. I don't like your lightning, bro. Come on. Mad Spinner would work too. There's the confusion effect. You can see it's a yin-yang symbol. Look at him get destroyed. That is because it is absolutely insane. And come on. There we go. I don't think he respawns. So that's good. A couple items over here. Let's pick them up. And we will also grab this. Now there's another big enemy over there, so let's get ready to fight him. This is where we can jump onto all the roofs though. So I will do that as well. There's a whole bunch of items, a chest, a locked door, a bunch of stuff that we can get. Take this guy out real quick. Now I will buff again Also, you can use your living weapon at any point to help you inflict confusion. You can actually do this too. That works too. If you can actually put the wind on them from that, it can be a instant confusion effect. But here we go, confusion's on him. And now it's time for him to die. And yeah, that's a lot of loot. Nice. Give me that. Let me take a quick look. I haven't really been paying attention, and I can tell because I see a hammer with the crucible effect on it, and there we go. We just got Tornado's Edge on a weapon. So if I equip this, it's going to give me a little warning. But basically what it's telling me is that it's going to change my skill on my mid stance, and it's going to make it Tornado's Edge. The way all the crucible weapons work is that when you find a skill on a crucible weapon, if you can max out familiarity, which you can see it right on the weapon, familiarity, it's 0 out of 750. If I max that out, I will unlock the skill and I can use it on any hammer or axe I find in the future. So we need to go into mid stance, and what we're going to do with this is we're just going to spin to win. And we're going to hold our heavy button, and then we can do victory rush and just repeat that. When you do Tornado's Edge, it does a ton of damage. It also has hyper armor. You cannot be stunned. It is amazing. Now, the one thing I'd be careful about in the beginning of the game like this is that because you are not getting stunned and the enemies are hitting you, they can potentially destroy you. So you got to be a little careful because you do not want to just get instantly destroyed by them. I believe we can just hop down here, right? Yes. There is a chest in here. And we can also open this door, which I will. But at this point, if you got the fire talisman from the soul core, and you farmed for that, and if you found a hammer or an axe that came with Tornado's Edge, you can just straight up leave. I think if you go to one of the shrines, you can exit the mission. I am technically in a mission right now, but I can exit the mission and then run around and have fun and explore, level up, and be way stronger. So that's where I went to go and get that chest. Over here, we can actually jump, get this item, and then this is how we can get to the different rooftops. So let's go do that. You know, there's actually a shortcut too I did not get. I'm thinking about that right now, because I know that in the very beginning, there is a kickdown ladder. I don't think that matters though, to be honest, but I did miss it, so I just want to call that out. Definitely missed a shortcut in here. I don't think it actually had any items or anything like that. But let's go ahead and head back now. I think that's actually it. And we can progress forward. Now, I'm going to try to beat this Crucible. And like I was saying, if you want to leave and explore, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to fight the boss, give it a go, and then you just get wrecked, you can always leave and come back, because we really shouldn't be here right now. We are very under-leveled still. Now, this is a good place to help you level up and stuff. It is a good idea to potentially leave. The thing is that you can absolutely defeat the boss, though. All you gotta do is have your living weapon. And then just try to be a little bit smart, maybe get a little lucky too, and you should actually be able to destroy them, because as long as you can inflict lightning on them, and then you can pop your living weapon, you might just flat out kill him. And by killing him, I unlocked this, so I need to rest, because I want to restore all my magic. And I can also level up. So at this point, I'm just going to focus on stamina, because I really don't have to worry about anything else. If I do beat this Crucible though, it's not a bad idea to level up my magic to 10. And one reason I want to beat it is because you're going to get multiple things, but one of the best things that you can get is a skill to let you cast your magic really quick. So I really do want that skill. That's a very good skill. It's called Awakening. You get it once you beat this. You got to do one of the training missions, but it's very easy. And I would love to get that. The other reason I want to beat this is because one of the other amazing spells I can get for beating this. It's one of the familiars. All the familiars are good. There's one for each element. The one that you can get here is the water familiar. What that means is that we can have fire on our weapon, a lightning range spell, wind for our guardian spirit, and then we will have water for this familiar. That's all 4 elements. So that's going to be insanely easy to inflict that confusion status effect. But right now I'm just doing my Tornado's Edge, and as you can see, it's pretty freaking good. And it's just going to get better and better as we progress. That's the way it works. But let's go ahead and take this guy out. All these bees, I am trying to switch to high stance just so I can hit them and take them out. I do recommend hopping up here. That way we can potentially skip that enemy, but I will hop on down and grab the item though. There's a bee over there. I am going to fight this enemy though, just because at least one time I'll fight him. If I do get wrecked up here, I will skip him. There's an enemy coming up, and oh boy, he's very frustrating, and that is because he flies. I don't really feel too worried about it because I have Tornado's Edge, but we will see. I just know I don't like this guy. So I'm getting some decent amounts of crucible weapons. Let me go ahead and do this. Take him out. And I do have fire on my weapon right now, so I'm going to try to take advantage of that. Let me heal up to full first. I might pop my living weapon. I'm going to be straight up too. If I feel like... Oh, okay. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm sorry, but this guy can be insane. And look how frustrating that is. No, don't... Oh, wow. Am I dead? As you can see, I was not joking. That guy is ridiculous. I kind of predicted it too because I said I would skip the one guy if I die. Also, in this crucible, when you die, you will have half health. You can of course get rid of that by attacking. But also, if you do recover your grave, it will restore it as well. So, let me actually go get this item. I almost missed it. So, at least that's good. Grab that. And I'm gonna sneak attack this guy. Ooh, another crucible weapon. Nice. Hit this dude. Give me my fire buff. Thank you. Another crucible weapon, and it's a hammer. That's actually awesome. Come on. Hit him with this, please. Okay, I kind of hit him. Hit him again. Please, please, please. There we go. Oh, yo, you're so done for. Oh, maybe not. Okay, he is. Another hammer? I gotta check it out. Let's see. Tornado's Edge, Tornado's Edge. And I know what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a whole bunch of people that will say, oh man, you're so lucky. I got some drops and it's the other skill. Because there are 2 skills, unfortunately. I am so sorry that happens to you. Hopefully, you can get lucky right away and you'll have it immediately once you start farming this area. Let's go ahead, come up this way. And there's going to be multiple enemies over here. Oh, that guy's trying to hit me. Let's rush him. Jump on up. Ow. Actually, I don't really mind getting hit there. Because now I can heal. Oh, no. Give me this. I can't pick this up. Okay. Get into range so I can actually swing at you. Hit you once. Come on. There we go. Nice. Can I pick this up? I guess I can. And with this guy... Hit him with that. Okay, good. I still have fire. Oh, no. Okay. That could have been horrible. If you have fire on your weapon and you walk next to one of those pits, you can blow it up. And you can blow yourself up. So watch out for that. In fact, I bet you that is all by design, because that's what they want. They want to have you get the buff from the enemy, and then you're going to blow yourself up and die, because they be trolling. Now, I am missing that item over there. Let me go and get that. And I was missing this item over here. Pick that up. And we can go ahead and jump on up. Grab this. And right there, that is a shortcut. And there's going to be an enemy coming out of there. Oh, what am I doing? No, 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 no. Stay away from that. Remember. Hit him with this. Nice. Try to counter him. And now he is so done for. Haha. Get on up. Oh, no, 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 dude. Okay, I got lucky. Every single time I forget. Let's open the door. And yeah, awesome. You know what? I'm not gonna bother with you, B, because I'm gonna come on over here and not rest, because I don't want that flying guy to come back. If he does come back, though, I would just run straight past him. I'm sorry. I'll kill him once just because I don't mind, but I just find it frustrating that he flies and he hovers above you where you can't melee him properly. If you hit him, you stun him normally, and then you can get some good hits on him. But if you can't hit him, he will just do a crazy combo, or he'll grab you and just kill you, even though I have full living weapon. I should have healed first. That was my bad, though. Ow. Take this guy out. We're actually almost at the end here, which is good. So there's multiple enemies in here. Let me get this guy first. Victory rush. And this is pretty much one of the best things about Tornado's Edge, is the ability to do victory rush, and then you can just keep your proficiency bonus going. Your proficiency bonus builds up the more hits you do. So if you're doing one of the spin to win moves, you're going to build it up really quickly. Let's grab this. And if we come on out here, there's an item in the corner. And there's an item here. Let me actually look. Wait a second. Oh, I don't think there's nothing down there. Alright. Well, we come on over here. There's going to be an enemy. Here's an item. But yeah, there's an enemy chilling right here. Ow. Oh, wow. I'm glad I didn't get blown up. Ow. Everything does hit way harder in the Crucible. They just do. Pick that up. I don't think I'm going to heal. Okay, yes I will. I thought that I was at the end. And there is a shrine right before the boss. Let me come on over here. Sneak up behind this guy. He's going to hit me, but it's all good because I'm just being OP. Knocked him out of key, and he should be dead. I love Tornado's Edge. Grab all this stuff and get the chest. I do believe I have gotten everything, but I don't know. If I did miss something, you guys can tell me. It's cool. If it's something important, I'll definitely make sure to go and get it. But more than likely, it's just a random item that I missed. We got an enemy over here. Okay, remember, watch out, just because I don't want him blowing me up. I might heal. Don't want to risk it. Alright, now, Tornado's Edge, Victory Rush, and he is done for. Awesome. Let me check something as well. I am not at max familiar yet, but that is something that we definitely want to happen with this weapon, because that way I can take it off. Alright, so here's the shrine. I can level up now. And I'm just going to put a whole bunch of points into stamina. Now, before I actually fight this boss, I'm going to take a look at my gear. See if I can actually equip some stuff. So, that's level 10, that's level 14. What's on this one? I'll put the level 14 one on. And some of this is heavy armor, so if it's heavy armor, I definitely am interested in equipping it. Now, these have set bonus on them. If you want to check the set, you have to hit L2 and then left on the D-pad. And you can see all of the different set bonus there. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. This is pretty decent. I wouldn't mind getting the 2-piece. The 2-piece is skill damage. Martial art damage is skill damage. And let me go ahead and check the rest of my gear. Also, yeah, make sure to pay attention to the weight. I'm at 69.1, so I gotta be careful here. Ooh, I see Warrior of the East. I'm gonna put that on. And I might have to just adjust my weight slightly by equipping something lighter. Let me see. Maybe the helmet. I don't really need this helmet. I will put on that helmet since it's a blue rarity. And I can change my gloves. Do I have Warrior of the East gloves by any chance? No, I don't. Well, that's all good. I can put these on, though. Let me see. I really don't want these boots on. Here we go. That should be good. Because I have medium armor on 2 pieces. 2 pieces of heavy armor with Warrior of the East. I can also equip a better bow. So I'll definitely do that. If I put this on, though, I can actually get... Well, it's not doing anything because it's not a 2-piece. Completely forgot about accessories. Accessories can be useful as well. Very good stuff potentially on them. I'm just trying to see. I'll take the faster movement Amarita. And let me see what else I can put on. Okay, that looks really good. Life drain melee attack. I will take that all day. Alright, so now, rest one more time. I do not have my living weapon. You want your living weapon for this, so if you need it, what you can do is go into your inventory where all your items are and find the small spirit stones. I'm going to use 2 of them, and let's see if that's enough. It was not enough. Now, of course, you can farm this area until you build back up your living weapon. That's normally what I would do, but it's all good. Let me rest one last time, and I'm gonna go and try to see what happens with this boss. I might die, but my strategy is very simple. I'm gonna try to run behind him right away and make him miss his attack. Then I'm gonna hit him with the lightning. If I inflict the lightning on him, I'm gonna start trying to spin to win with Tornado's Edge and Victory Rush, and hopefully I can apply the fire. Now, any of these yokai bosses can go into what's called Dark Realm. If they have an element on them and they go into Dark Realm, it's going to reset the element. So the most important thing, if I make it to Dark Realm, I'm going to hit him with Lightning Storm Talisman to inflict lightning, and then immediately I'm going to pop my living weapon and go to town. If I do that, he probably will die. We will see though. If I get lucky in the beginning, I think I can wreck him as long as I can inflict the fire with the lightning right away. But that's definitely easier said than done. So, let's go ahead and attempt this boss. Okay, my strategy just went to crap because I forgot to buff with the lightning. I mean the fire. Well, here we go. Good. Got the lightning on him. And let's go for some attacks. He's going to hit me with that, but whatever. I will pop an elixir. I don't care. Alright, let's go for it. The lightning's going to wear off here in a second. And I need to heal. So I'm going to heal. Nice. Okay, I knocked him out of his key, which is awesome. Now here's the big moment that I talked about. If you make it to this, hit him with the lightning. Okay, or get wrecked. Let's heal. Dude, chill, please. See how my health is all low and stuff? It sucks. I can't pop this lightning. He won't let me pop the lightning. Alright, I popped the lightning. It's time to die, buddy. If I die here, though, it's gonna really suck. And the reason why is because I'll have to get my living weapon yet, but as you can see, I'm not gonna die because I'm wrecking him. Easy peasy. That's the main thing though, guys. If you want to attempt this, you might get wrecked. I really kind of don't recommend if you're a brand new player to go fight him right away. You can always leave and explore and level up and then come back. But if you can make it to Dark Realm and then hit him with that lightning, even though it was very difficult, the moment I got lightning on him, I popped my living weapon and I knew he was done for. Now we just got something extremely good, which is the water familiar. And that will be awesome. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of story here, but let me go ahead and get through all that real quick. Just let me play the game, buddy. Thank you. Okay, so if we talk to this guy, that's going to unlock the Way of the Warrior Novice. And if we come up here and talk to her, that's going to unlock the Way of the Nioh Mage. And if we go by where the blacksmith is, actually no, it's the building over here, we can talk to the ninja guy, and this will unlock the Way of the Ninja Novice. The Way of the Ninja missions can actually be a little bit tough with this build, and that's because I'm not really focusing on the ninja. I haven't used it once yet. So when you do have to do that, it can be kind of tough. But let's go ahead and level up. And I'm going to equip that. That's my water familiar. So I need just a little bit more XP to get 10 magic. I might have messed up. I should have actually leveled up my magic one more time earlier. I could pop some spirit stones. Why not? So this is another way of just getting some XP. And obviously you can also get your living weapon this way. Let me just pop them all. I don't care. I still don't have enough XP. It's all good. I might get enough from doing these missions. So to do the training missions, you have to use your battle scroll. And if we kind of just look through everything, here are the missions. Way of the Warrior Novice. This is very easy. And then the Nioh magic one as well is very easy. I'm not going to actually do the ninja one right this second. But we have to fight all these guys. You don't get any of your magic for this, but this is still a joke because, yeah, Tornado's Edge is insane. There we go. Now we got a bigger guy coming down. Let's do it against him. By the way, Tornado's Edge, if you do the final hit on a human and it connects, it will knock them over. Oh, wow. And you can actually get a final blow, one of those ground attacks on them. This skill is so freaking crazy. Now that we got that done, I can't really do anything with it, but I will eventually be able to get battle focus. And that buff doesn't last that long, but man, is it good against bosses. So let me actually take my skill point I just got, and I'll start working on it. I can actually get this one. This is okay. The reason why this one is not the worst, the movement speed penalty is so bad, I'll show you. You have to see this, it's unbelievable. But if I do it, look at this. I'm so fat. Well, what you can do is Victory Rush. So you don't need movement speed with the axe because Victory Rush can allow you to always move forward. That's the main thing with this skill too. It's so good for so many reasons. The Victory Rush allows you to reposition so easily. Now let's do the other mission, which is the Way of the Nioh Mage. Okay, one second. I have to talk to her again. I think she wanted to tell me something. I guess I'll point this out as well. I think this is important, but you can change your appearance at any point, and that's really awesome. You can also transmog your armor, which I'm definitely going to do. I look so freaking goofy right now. But yeah, you can make yourself look however you want, which is a big plus for me in a game. And that's one of the things about Nioh that I love so much. I play a lot of RPGs, looter shooters, and I can't tell you how many times a brand new game comes out and I'm like, man, I really wish it would have this, or it would have this other thing. I'll list a whole bunch of things that games have, and a new game comes out, it doesn't have those things. Nioh, RPG-wise, has everything you ever want in a game. The game comes out, transmog. Hey, you can look at all the stats and read exactly what they do. That actually drives me crazy in games, by the way. But one thing you could do in Nioh is that you can actually read everything if you don't know what it does. Okay, let me heal, and then I'll go to town. Time for you to die! There we go. Easy. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we have our awakening skill, and I can actually put that on. So skill management, awakening, and this allows you to cast your magic a whole lot faster. So let me show you that. Look at the difference. It is so much better. And now I have to get enough XP to equip my water familiar. I need 8,000. And I will go and fight one more boss before this episode will be over. So I'm going to cut this ahead, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Alrighty guys, well I just found another shrine, and I was able to farm up my XP, and I have water familiar on now. So I have my lightning, my fire, and my water. If I want to inflict wind, I have my living weapon, and I also have my guardian spirit attack. So let me show you on the map where I'm at. This was the shrine I've teleported to. Here's the shrine I just found. And over here, there's a boss. So I can really show you me putting this all together and what it's going to do. I'm going to use my water familiar. The water familiar? Of course I'm getting grabbed. That's so cool. Well, it doesn't matter. He's already got confusion on him. Now I just have to go to town and not die in the process. Knocked him out of his key. That's one thing we're looking for here. And there we go. Completely destroyed him because I had a stacking confusion effect on him. And what that means is that if you combine two elements, you put confusion, and that's really, really good. If you apply a third element, you get a stacking confusion. And of course, if you apply the fourth element, you get a crazy stacking confusion. And you will destroy any boss if you can inflict the 4 elements on them and do damage to them. It is super, super overpowered. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for the first episode of my Noob's Guide. I really hope you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos. And I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day. And peace out.